Hello, good morning, everyone. Uh, so today we have to cover the uh, learning outcome 4, and the unit is principles of safeguarding in health and social work. And the learning outcome 4 is understand ways to minimize the possibility of abuse. So I'll begin my class, and if you have any question, then you can ask, and I'll try my best to answer that. And So I have started the recording. So I'll begin my class. So today again I'll start with the beginning. Um, so welcome everyone, and today we will focus on understanding ways to minimize the possibility of abuse within health and social care settings. So this is a critical area as prevention is often more effective than addressing issues after they occur. So just to initially start the topic, uh, we will start by discussing risk assessment. So, why risk assessment is crucial in minimizing abuse? Risk assessment help identify potential areas where uh, where abuse could occur, allowing for intervention to be put in place before any harm happens. So, by proactively identifying risks, we can implement measures to mitigate them. And like another vital approach is staff training, ensuring that all staff are well trained, not only in their professional duties, but also in recognizing and responding to signs of abuse and what might be the impact of comprehensive training on safeguarding practices. So what it does, it ensures that all staff are aware of the signs of abuse, understand the proper protocols for reporting it, and are equipped to handle sensitive situations effectively. Because training empowers staff and creates a vigilant environment where signs of abuse are quickly noticed and addressed. So the next thing which comes into the understand the ways to minimize the possibility of abuse are important bit is policies and procedure. So what are the policies and procedures? These are the backbone of any organization's safeguarding strategy, and why they are important to have clear, well communicated policies and procedures. So we should have it, any organization should have it, because they provide a clear framework for action, ensuring handling cases of abuse and making sure everyone knows their roles and responsibilities. Basically, it is critical for effective safeguarding. So another thing is safe recruitment practices. So what is safe recruitment practices? This involves thorough background check and ensuring that new hires are suitable for roles involving vulnerable people. And what it does, what is the benefit of safe recruitment practices? It prevents individuals who might pose a risk from being placed in position where they have access to vulnerable people, thereby reducing potential threats. So ensuring the integrity of our staff is foundational, and whether wherever we are working. And lastly, in that one, we have we can say that creating a supportive environment is important. So, what is creating a supportive environment is where individuals feel safe and are encouraged to speak up about any concern without fear. And what it does, what are the benefits of it? It encourages openness and transparency, making it more likely that potential abuses are reported and addressed promptly. So, overall, Fostering an open culture is essential for early detection and prevention of abuse. So this is about the beginning. We'll move to the next slide. So in the next slide, we have to discuss about the key terminologies and what we have in that. What is the policy of safeguarding? Then we have what is the context of safeguarding and what is an example of a safeguarding policy. Right. So we will start uh, about this slide. So in this slide, understanding the terminology used in safeguarding is important for effective implementation. So we will start with the basic question first, and it could be like, what is the policy of safeguarding? Okay, so this refers to the overall approach and specific measures an organization undertakes to protect individuals, especially vulnerable groups like children and adults at risk from abuse, neglect, and harm. So if someone asks you that why do you think having a clear policy is important in an organization? So the answer could be it ensures that everyone in the organization understand their roles and responsibilities in safeguarding, promoting a consistent and proactive approach to preventing abuse. So this is why the policy of safeguarding is important and what it is we discussed. Then moving on to like a safeguarding policy statement. So safeguarding policy statement is a document that makes it clear what an organization or group will do to keep children safe and the vulnerable service users. So what it does, it outlines the commitment of the organization to protecting all children and any individual who's vulnerable. And for example, if we have a safeguarding policy statement, so what things could be added in it? What policies, what procedures could be added? So just for example, it would include the organization objectives for safeguarding, the responsibilities of staff, and the procedures to follow when abuse is suspected. So whenever we join any care home or any place of work which is related with the health and social care industry, or even if it's not health and social care industry, wherever we will join, as an employee, we always have to look for the safeguarding policies and other policies and procedures of the workplace. For example, if we talk about the college or any place of work, so sometime the management give us printout of those documents and and we have to read and sign it. After that, for example, if we need to find out any policy or anything like that, we have the websites. So in those websites, we have those policies, most of the policies or all of the policies or the procedures to make a complaint and regarding a safeguarding issues and everything is written on the website. So we can find it from the website as well. So Mm, this is what is important. If we, for example, in the assignment, if we have to give an example, so where we could find it, a policy or anything, mostly we will have it by our employer. And if you can't find it, so then you can go to the website of your place of work, and there you could find the policies regarding the safeguarding or any important policy related to your organization. So then uh, we will move to the contextual safeguarding, and we discussed it yesterday as well. This concept recognizes that the safety of young people is affected not just at home, but in other social contexts like schools, neighborhoods, and online spaces. Contextual safeguarding seeks to understand and address the risk young people face in these environments. And what could be an example of a risk in public context? For example, risk could include things like peer pressure leading to risky behaviors or encounters with potentially harmful adults in community setting. So we always need to look for that. Uh, and addressing these uh, requires a broad approach that extends beyond individual supervision. So now we will look at the safeguarding policy. So effective policy should cover aspects like recruiting the right people to work with children, uh, and how to prevent and respond to bullying, handling concerns about online abuse, and the proper management of photographs and images of children. So, if someone asks us why it is important to cover these specific areas in safeguarding policy, so these areas are common scenarios where risk can occur. By addressing them specifically, organization can prevent harm and ensure a safe environment for children. Each element of the policy targets a potential vulnerability, ensuring comprehensive protection. So we always need to remember that effective safeguarding is about creating an environment where everyone is aware of the risk and knows how to address them properly. So this is all about safeguarding, and we will move to the next slide. Okay, so here we have a video to watch.
Every adult has the right to be and feel safe. But sometimes people may experience harm, abuse, or neglect. We can all play a part in keeping adults safe, whether this is happening to us or someone else. Are you worried about something that's happening to you or to someone you know? Keeping adults safe is everyone's business. It's a team effort, working with the person in the centre being supported to work out what's important to them. Harm, abuse, or neglect can happen to anyone. It can be caused by people we know or by complete strangers. It can happen at home or away from home. What is harm, abuse, or neglect? It could be hurting someone, such as hitting, pushing, or locking someone in a room. Bullying, name-calling, or humiliating someone. Being touched when you don't want to be, or forced to take part in a sexual act. Taking, misusing, or keeping someone's money. Not providing the food, care, or medicine they need. Treating someone badly because of their age, gender, sexual orientation, physical disability, learning disability, or religious beliefs. When someone is neglecting their own needs. We need to work together, and report any concerns. If you're worried about your own or someone else's well-being or safety, you can help by acting now. If you have concerns about someone, speak to them. If something's not right, tell them you want to help. They may want to talk to someone about what is happening to them, or they may want you to speak to someone on their behalf. Here's what to do. If there is immediate danger, or if you think a crime has been committed, call 999. If the concern is less urgent, call your local safeguarding team. They will ask you about the situation and why you're worried. Try to give as much information as possible. Information will be shared with others only when necessary. For example, if a crime has happened, we may need to tell the police. Your concerns will be looked into and taken seriously. We will work with the person to help keep them safe. We'll listen and involve them, giving them control and choice over what happens next. If you have concerns, tell somebody. You will be listened to, and help is available. Safeguarding is everyone's business. We all have a part to play in keeping adults safe. Thank you for playing yours.
Right. So we have seen this video, and what they were talking about is again that safeguarding is not only the responsibility of a care worker, it's the responsibility of all of us, whether we are dealing with children or adults, and we need to contact the police in case of emergency, or like if it's um the concern is not that much urgent, then we can contact the Safeguarding Adult Board, or like anyone from the organization, or like any relevant organization which is related with the safeguarding of the people. So these were the some of the important points from that video, and we have to always looking for any abuse or harm happening to anyone, and then we should raise our concern and look for the safety of the service user or that person. So what we have next. So in the next slide, uh, we have explained how the likelihood of abuse may be reduced. So they are talking about embedded in the CARE Act 2014 and are six principles that focuses on the well-being of individual. And with these principles in mind, there are several ways that the likelihood of abuse can be reduced. Right. So we have discussed the six principles of CARE Act that focuses on the well-being of individual in our previous lectures in detail, but we will go through with them again. So we are focusing on the practical application of the six key principles of safeguarding from the CARE Act 2014. These principles aim to protect individuals by promoting their well-being through a person-centered approach. So the first one is the empowerment. This principle is about promoting choice and informed consent, and it is important um, in reducing the likelihood of abuse because empowerment allows individuals to make their own decisions and have control over their lives, which can make them less vulnerable to abuse. When individuals are informed and involved in their care decision, they are more likely to speak up if something is not right. So we always in the care, health and social care industry, we always get the consent and we always inform the service user about the procedures and everything. So that is a legal requirement as well. So then the next one is the protection. Um, so for protection, we can say that uh, providing support and representation for those in need. And uh, how can effective protection reduce abuse if we apply the protection in our organization? So, protection ensures that vulnerable individuals have the necessary support which can prevent them from becoming targets of abuse. Especially legal or advocacy support can deter potential abuses. Then we will move on to prevention. Prevention allows being proactive rather than reactive. And what are some ways we can proactively prevent abuse? So, this could include staff training, public awareness campaign, and regular reviews of safeguarding policies to ensure they are effective. Proactive steps are crucial. And next one is proportionality. So it is the fourth principle, focusing on the using the latest instructive methods in safeguarding practices. They are important because it ensures that the actions taken are appropriate to the risk presented and respect the person's right and freedoms, which can help maintain their dignity and minimize reassessment or resistance. So, proportionality helps in maintaining a balance between action and rights. Now, the fifth principle is the partnership. So, the partnership involves local agencies working together and the collaboration among different agencies contribute to reducing abuse and uh, collaborative work leads to sharing of information and resources which can fill gaps in service and provide a more comprehensive safety net for individuals. Collaboration enhances the support network around vulnerable individuals. So we all have to do that collaboration and the multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary work in our organization. We are in contact with the GPs, nurses, or any individual like the local authority, their families. So that is very important. And then we have accountability. Okay. So accountability is being transparent and responsible for safeguarding practices. And how does accountability play a role in reducing abuse? Accountability ensures that everyone understands their roles and responsibilities and that are checks and balances to monitor and review practices, which can help catch and correct shortcomings before they lead to abuse. These principles not only provide a framework but also actions that, when properly implemented, significantly reduces the risk of abuse. So these are some of the important point regarding with the CARE Act 2014 and the six principles in CARE Act 2014. So we'll move to the next slide. Okay, so in this one, we have to explain uh, how the likelihood of abuse can be reduced in health and social care setting. So the likelihood of abuse can be reduced in health and social care setting through a variety of measures, which include recruitment and selection procedures, and robust policies and procedures. Right. So, as we have already discussed, implementing thorough recruitment and robust policies are crucial first step. So, let's move on to the other essential measures. The third key method is training and development. So, training and development. Continuous training ensures that all staff members are up to date on latest safeguarding protocols and aware of the signs of abuse and neglect. Regular training sessions also reinforce the importance of safeguarding and keep it at the forefront of staff priorities. So, what are the benefits of ongoing training and why it is important in health and social care setting? It's important because it helps staff recognize less obvious signs of abuse and respond effectively. Also, as laws and best practices evolve, training needs to keep pace to ensure that care practices remain current and effective. Staying updated through continuous training is vital, and then um, creating a supportive environment. So this means fostering a culture where staff feel supported in their roles and where individuals feel safe to voice concerns about themselves or others. This environment encourages openness and can significantly deter potential abuses. And in a supportive environment, staff and patients are more likely to report suspicious behavior or abuse because they feel their concern will be taken seriously and addressed promptly, which can prevent escalation. So this is again important. Uh, then, like use of technology in modern setting, technology can play a crucial role in safeguarding. This includes the use of surveillance cameras in common areas to deter potential abusers and using management system to keep detailed and secure records of all care activities. And what are some consideration we must keep in mind when using technology in safeguarding? So we need to ensure that the use of technology respects the privacy and dignity of individual while balancing the needs for security. Also, there should be clear policies on who can access the data and how it is protected. Now, we have discussed about regular adults, regular audits and reviews. So, uh, what does the regular audits and reviews do? These help ensure that all safeguarding measures are working as intended and allow for the adjustment of strategies as necessary. Regular audits also reinforce accountability within the organization, and it is important because accountability ensures that everyone is aware that their actions are monitored and that they will be held responsible for their conduct. So, this can deter potential misconduct and encourage adherence to established guidelines. Accountability is a powerful deterrent against abuse, and uh, when we talk about these measures, when effectively implemented, from a comprehensive strategy to reduce the likelihood of abuse in health and social care setting. So this is all about that. And if you have any question, then please let me know. I'll answer those questions as well.
That's fine.
Thank you. Thank you. Then in the next slide, we have staff training and development. strong leadership and management. Then we have effective communication and information sharing. Okay. So we have discussed about the staff training and development and communication and information sharing and strong leadership as well in the previous lectures. So, but we will discuss them again. The leadership and management point of view and the effective communication and information sharing. We haven't covered much in detail, but we will cover here. So, for staff training and development, regular training for staff on how to recognize, respond to, and manage cases of abuse and neglect is very important. And why we think that ongoing training is also important for staff in health and social care setting. Again, regular training ensures that staff are up to date on latest safeguarding techniques and legal requirements. It also reinforces the importance of their role in safeguarding, ensuring they remain vigilant and prepared to act correctly in any situation. So, training is not just about being aware, it's about being prepared to take the right action effectively and confidentially. Then we have strong leadership and management. So, in strong leadership and management, this is again an important aspect. This involves having leaders who are committed to safeguarding and who actively promote a culture of safety and vigilance within the organization. Designated safeguarding leads play a crucial role here. And what impact does strong leadership have on a team's safeguarding practices? Strong leadership creates a culture where a safeguarding is prioritized and taken seriously. Leaders set the tone, and if they treat safeguarding as a critical aspect of care, it encourages all staff to follow suit and maintain high standards. So leadership is so vital, and as we are studying, like the students are all of you are studying in this course. So what will happen as you progress with your studies? Gradually, you will become like more senior in your workplace, and you will be promoted, and you will be promoted as a manager. So you should be aware of all these things, and you should be aware of all these policies, procedures, and regulation which you need to follow to become a better leader, or from management point of view. So don't think that most of the time, some of the students think that okay, we are only a care worker at the moment, we are only a healthcare assistant, so we don't need to know about the managerial role or anything about the leadership at the moment. So but uh, we don't require it, for example, at the moment at our workplace, but if we are aware of them, then as we get promoted, so as we get into senior positions, so that would help us more to overcome any situation which is involving with the safeguarding issues or any potential risk or harm. So always like try to think in a positive manner and gain the knowledge. Whether you will need it like in the moment or in future. So next we will discuss about effective communication and information sharing. So this is about how information regarding potential risk or incidents of abuse is shared among different professionals and agencies, such as social workers, healthcare providers, and police. And why is this integration crucial for effective safeguarding? So effective communication and effective communication ensures that all relevant parties are informed and can collaborate effectively. This helps in creating a more comprehensive approach to each case, preventing gaps in care and ensuring a timely response to safeguarding issues. So each of these components, from staff training and leadership to communication, plays a vital role in creating an environment where safeguarding is taken seriously and implemented effectively. By integrating these elements, organization can ensure a proactive approach to safeguarding, significantly reducing the risk of abuse or neglect. So these are the important bits. Then we have person-centered care. So I always say that person-centered care is very, very important for us. It's very vital in the field of health and social care industry. So whatever we do, we try to follow the person-centered approach. We always give the service user the person-centered care, and we always do the risk assessment. We always assess the client, and then after that we prepare our care plan or any plan which is for the betterment of the service user. It should be person centered according to the needs and the risk of the person involved. So it is important to reflect on how a comprehensive and proactive approach can significantly reduce the likelihood of abuse. And let's revisit the key elements, and we'll start with the person-centered care. So this approach emphasizes respect for individuals' rights, choices, and preferences, and empowers them to make decisions about their own care. And why this might reduce the risk of abuse? Uh, by empowering individuals and respecting their choices, we ensure that they are less likely to be placed in situations where they are vulnerable to abuse. It promotes a culture of respect and dignity, making abuse less likely to occur. Now, uh, integrating person-centered care with other crucial measures form a robust defense against abuse. These measures include, again, as we discussed earlier, recruitment and selection procedures to ensure that those who work with vulnerable people are suitable and well vetted. Then, robust policies and procedures that provide clear guidelines and expectations, and staff training and development to equip our teams with the knowledge and skills needed to identify and respond to abuse. Strong leadership and management, we discussed earlier, are essential for fostering a culture of safeguarding, where practices are supported and prioritized at all levels. Then effective communication and information sharing between different agencies and professions ensure that all parties are informed and can respond promptly and effectively to any concern that arise. By implementing these measures, health and social care providers can create environments that are not only safe but also supportive and conducive to the well-being and dignity of all individuals. Now, in the next slide, we have to analyze the impact an accessible complaint procedure can have on reducing incidents of abuse. Okay, so we have these bullet points, and it's discussing about a clear complaint policy and procedure. Right. So We will explore the impact an accessible complaint procedure can have on reducing incidents of abuse. A clear and effective complaint policy is essential in any care setting. So, we will start by discussing how such a policy empowers individual and when individuals feel empowered, they are more likely to speak up about poor or unsafe practices before these issues escalate into serious incidents. Uh, this early intervention is key to preventing further harm. An accessible complaint procedure ensures that concerns are not only heard but addressed swiftly. This brings us to the next point, the assurance it provides. This assurance that one can challenge poor standards of care without fear or reprisal is vital. And why do we think that this assurance can change the behavior of care staff? So, knowing that individual can and will report poor care encourages staff to adhere to high standard. It creates an environment where staff are more vigilant and committed to providing quality care because they know oversight is active and effective. The presence of a reliable complaint system puts a healthy pressure on staff to maintain high standard. So, and this transparency and openness increase confidence, not just among those receiving care, but also within the broader community interacting with the service. So, why is raising awareness of rights and increasing confidence in the system is important? What it does, it builds trust in the care system. When individual knows their rights and feel confident that their complaints will be taken seriously, they are more likely to use the system to safeguard themselves and others. This collective confidence can deter potential abusers. So as we all know that we all are monitored and the service user have the and they can like make complaints and like they can contact the management and they can escalate any concern they have. So we should always be aware of that and be prepared and we need to like attend the training sessions and everything to uh, like have the proper knowledge and an effective complaint procedure serve as a crucial feedback mechanism for management and other agencies. Mm, uh, it helps them identify and rectify potential abuse situation before they escalate. How this proactive aspect of the complaint procedure contributes to a safer care environment, if we think about it. So, what it does, it allows management to take timely corrective actions, not only addressing specific incident, but also implementing systematic changes to prevent reoccurrence. This proactive approach is crucial for continuous improvement in care quality. So, like to sum up, an accessible complaint procedure plays a critical role in reducing incidents of abuse by empowering individuals and ensuring high standards of care, building confidence in the care system, and enabling proactive management um, is important. And we always follow these guidelines. And is in the next slide. Uh, your organization should have a clear and concise complaint policy and procedure. Okay, so we need to discuss about the clear and concise complaint policy and procedure. Okay, the complaint procedure must be accessible. Okay, so in this slide, we are going to discuss how to make our organization complete procedure not only clear but also accessible to everyone who might need to use it. This is crucial in ensuring that everyone feels empowered to voice concern or complaint without hesitation. So let's start by discussing the importance of familiarity with policies. Why we think that it is important for staff to be well trained and with the complaint policy, and what will happen if staff are familiar with the complaint procedure, they can confidently guide individuals through the process, ensuring that complaints are handled effectively and efficiently. Being well informed about the procedure allows staff to assist promptly and accurately, which is uh, comforting to individual making a complaint. So now let's talk about making the procedure accessible. So accessibility measures accessibility means that different things for different people. Um, for example, having the policy available in easy read formats or large print can be crucial, and because different people have different needs based on their abilities and circumstances. For example, someone with visual impairments might require large print, while someone with learning difficulty might need might be benefit from an easy read format. So uh, these are the important points, and ensuring that these formats are readily available means that no one is excluded from using the complaint procedure based on their physical or cognitive abilities. And the ability of the procedure is also important. The availability of the procedure is important, and publishing the complaint policy on the organization website, which I discussed earlier, that mostly the organization have these policies on the website, and also having physical copies in common areas. Mostly we have those in reception area, so that we ensure that everyone, whether they are they can access it easily, and it helps like not only those person who knows the technology, because sometimes we have the like older service users, and they are not able to do the uh, go to the website, and they are not trained in IT or how to use the internet and things. So it would be beneficial for them if we have some physical copies of it. And because visible accessibility ensures that individuals are constantly reminded of their rights to make complaints and know how to start the process, whether whenever necessary. And also it can reduce anxiety or uncertainty about seeking help. So what it does, uh, if we have the physical format of the forms or the policies or procedures available near the reception areas, or any suitable place within the organization where the service user can access it. So visibility promotes transparency and trust in the process. And if we consider the need for one-off adaptation, this means customizing the complaint procedure to accommodate specific individual needs that may not be covered by standard format. Why this flexibility is important? So as we discussed earlier, different users have different needs, and also from organization point of view, flexibility is important because it shows the organization's commitment to truly listening and responding to all service user or clients. It ensures that everyone, regardless of their unique needs, feels supported and valued in voicing their concerns. This approach underscores the organization's dedication to inclusivity and responsiveness. So this is important for us. Move to the next slide. And the next slide, we have care staff should keep individual informed when an individual wants to make complaint, the complaint procedure, and having a clear complaint policy and procedure. Right. So we will discuss the crucial role that care staff play in the complaint process, and it's important not only to have a clear complaint procedure but also to actively support individual in understanding and using it. So we'll start with the importance of keeping individual informed about their right to complain. So why is regular communication about this right so vital? So regular communication ensures that individuals are always aware of their options for voicing concern and that they feel supported in doing so. And it helps maintain an environment where people feel their voices matter and are taken seriously. Continuous reinforcement of their rights empowers individuals and can prevent escalation of issues. Now, if an individual is unhappy, the first step is always to try to resolve the issue informally. However, if they remain dissatisfied, then what should you do next? So, what we can do is uh, we should inform them of their rights to make a formal complaint and explain the procedures clearly, including who will handle the complaint if it involves a conflict of interest. For example, a complaint against a manager or a care worker or healthcare assistant. So what it does that ensuring that the complaint will be handled by an independent person or the party is crucial to maintain trust in the process. Um, it is also important to support the individual throughout the process. And if we ask that what are some ways you can provide support if someone decide to make a complaint, so what we can do is offering assistance in writing the complaint, explain the steps involved if needed, and helping them find an advocate or involving a family member who can support them through the process. And the role of an advocate is particularly important in ensuring that the individual voice is heard clearly and represented accurately. And additionally, the complaint procedure should clearly outline how complaints are handled, the time scale for responses, and the complaints right to appeal. If we are asked that why it is important to have these details clearly stated in the policy, because clear guidelines and timelines help manage expectation and ensure that the process is transparent. It also reassured that the complaint reassures the complaint that their concerns are being taken seriously and will be addressed promptly. So transparency is the key in building and maintaining trust, and will also reflect on the impact of having a clear complaint policy coupled with an open and honest culture. So, what are the broader impacts of this approach on a care setting? It leads to quicker resolution of issues, reduces the likelihood of abuse, and improves overall care quality. It also brings a positive reputation for the care setting and as a place where individual rights and well-being are prioritized. So I believe these are the important points in this one. And right, okay. So we have come to the end of the lecture. So now we have the references here. So what I can say in conclusion that safeguarding within health and social care setting is an essential responsibility that requires a proactive and comprehensive approach. And by establishing the recruitment and selecting the selection procedures to ensure that policies and training, each element plays a crucial role in creating a safe environment for vulnerable individuals. And again, as I said earlier, that person-centered care is foundational and ensuring that the rights, choices, and preferences of individual are respected and they are empowered to make decisions about their own care. And this approach reduces the risk of abuse by promoting a culture of respect and dignity and effective complaint procedure complement these measures by providing a clear, accessible, and supportive avenue for any concern. And what it does that these procedures ensure that the issues are addressed swiftly and transparently, preventing escalation and fostering a culture of openness and trust. And we discussed about uh, leadership. So leadership and management, strong leadership and management actually is important, and strong leadership and management coupled with effective communication and information sharing among different professional and agencies are very important. And these elements ensure that safeguarding practices are not only implemented but are continuously evaluated and improved upon, and adapting to new challenges and ensuring the well-being of those in care. So overall, we can say that by integrating these practices, health and social care providers can significantly reduce the likelihood of abuse and create a supportive environment that uphold the dignity and safety of all individuals. And um, this holistic approach not only meets regulatory requirement but also sets a standard for quality and ethical care, promoting trust and confidence in the health and social care system. So this is what I think for today's lecture. And again, if any student have any question or any concern related with today's topic, so I'll try my best to answer those questions or queries. Any questions, students? I think no. Okay, so we will finish our today's lecture, and that's all for today. And take care of yourself. Bye.
Okay, see you.
See you. Bye.
Yeah.